Okay, you guys are ready to rock.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody have any great anybody they'd like to introduce? I always love to do that at first. Any new people on the call joining us in our team? Okay. Well, so I just want to bring to you guys, Robin has done a magnificent job in reaching her 3-star position and working on 3-star pro this week. So lots happening. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Robin and Mike Eller. They're a power couple.
Well, my other half of my power couple is working his full-time job today, so it's just me. But thank you so much, Shannon. Your mentorship and your belief in me is what has made a huge difference for me. And I just want to thank you for that. First of all, you are always available and willing and gentle and patient. So I could not have done it without you. So thank you so much for changing our lives through 3 and lots of other ways too. You're just such a blessing, you and Eric both. So thank you so much. So, I took some notes. I'm like, okay, what am I going to say today? Because this is like the really first time I've gotten to present to you guys. And so I just want to tell you a little bit about my background story with my health. I was really struggling with my health. I was having to use a wheelchair for long distance walking. And I had tried lots of other things, holistic and other supplements and things like that to try to get my health back on track after a very stressful season of my life of caregiving for my father. And so I tried these products. And if you look on my Facebook page, you'll see a before and after. That's about an 8-week difference there in those pictures. And that was just being on these products for 8 weeks. So reducing inflammation, weight, and all of that. So that in and of itself has been a great way for me to help other people and encourage them that if I can do it, they can do it. So, but I really want to talk about getting to 3 and keeping it going and just continuing in the momentum of what's been happening here. So really coming to conference really helped us. It helped. I was praying the whole time, for God to give Mike the vision for this because this is a super new thing for him. And, and it's a different thing for me. So I was praying for that. And we had such a great time connecting with everybody, building those relationships. And so I'm all about that, the relationship piece. And I love that part about 3. So, I could not wait to get home and hit the ground running. And on the way home, I was warm chatting with people and everything too on the way back. And then the day after we got back, I got sick and lost my voice. And I still have kind of a scratchy voice, but we're working through that. We're not letting that stop us. So I decided, okay, what am I going to do? I was pretty sick, but I'm like, I'm going to work when I can. So I worked in between resting. I worked from my couch. I didn't have to use my voice. And I learned how to, get on social media a little bit better and be more open with what I was doing. And so I started posting and started looking into like my groups that I'm in and stuff like that on social media, commenting on people's posts and guiding them to our product that way. And so that was a huge benefit for me because then I didn't really have to talk. So that was huge. And that's mostly what I've done the past couple of weeks is the texting, posting, messaging. And then after I was well enough to get back into my networking groups, I've been doing that as well and had success with that too. I got to present at one of my networking groups and a couple came over to me and they were like, my doctor wants me to go on these shots. I don't want to do it. And he had just had his doctor's appointment the day before. And that's another thing that I do. I do pray for divine appointments. I ask God, who can I help today? Who is the person? Who are the people that you want me to touch today? Who are the people that you want me to connect with? And sometimes, you're doing your thing and then a name pops in. So, you either got to go call them right away or write their name down, so that you don't forget to call them. Because if you're like me, 5 minutes later, 2 minutes later, you might be in another zone and you completely forget. So I do like to keep my notebook nearby and I just jot down names, if they're not already on my list. And if they are on my list, I just put them to the top because I know that, God's telling me, hey, they need you, girl, call them. Um, so just asking people to listen, being open about what I'm doing, posting. I already talked about that. I've been enrolling my people personally, like that is the calling that I did. I was like, okay, well, I'll give you a call now. We'll get you enrolled right now because I want to make sure they're on SmartShip. And in the past, I'd really fallen so short on that. I wasn't getting people on SmartShip. I was kind of like, oh, well, you can get on SmartShip. Now I'm saying, okay, we're going to get you on SmartShip. Tell me, you need this or this. You want to put those two, whatever concerns they've told me about. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to put at least these two you need on SmartShip. And so I just set that up for them automatically. And I say, listen, if you want to go in later and change it up or whatever, that's fine. But I'm making sure I'm getting them on SmartShip because I'm like, I was losing so much by not doing that. And I was being timid about it. They don't know what we know. They don't know how it works. Sometimes we just have to say, hey, this is how it works. This is what we're doing. I've been doing this. This is what my husband and I have been doing. And you get the extra $100 in free product every 6 months. I mean, who doesn't want that? So I've really been working through that and getting people on the SmartShip. So I completely 100% believe that every single person should be on SmartShip. And if they kind of are wavering, you just keep telling them the benefits and letting them know that they have the security. If they need to change it up, they can. So that's really what I did really to get to 3. I love these calls every day. I stay plugged in. I got to keep my mind right. And so a dose of 3 legacy makers every morning is just what I need for that. And I'm grateful for this group and for the training that we get that's so solid. So keeping it going. I mean, I had no desire to stop once I was getting on a roll and just enrolling people. I'm like, you know what? I mean, I didn't even think about stopping. And I'll tell you, with what I was working in before, I would finish up my month and I'd be so exhausted. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need a break. But not with this. It's like there's so much excitement to this product, to this new product. And I mean, it's like there's always somebody else. There's always somebody else to talk to. There's always somebody else that's going to message you. Like I've had people that are in other supplement companies saying, hey, tell me what you have. So, I mean, it's just so encouraging because we do have the best product out there. And I'm going to get the results. My bottles are coming today. I'm so excited because I've been waiting so patiently for those bottles to come and I cannot wait to get started. So one thing I do like to do is call them and say, hey, did you get your products yet? How's it going for you? How are you feeling? To keep them connected and encouraged, so that it's not like a one sell and done kind of thing. Just to keep them motivated to continue to use the product, to continue to stay connected to me and to grow that relationship, letting them know that I am here for you. And, let's talk about things if we need to. And then who do you know? Who do you know? I mean, a lot of people are saying, oh, I want to try the product first and see how it works for me. Okay. So they're getting their products. They're starting to, okay, now who do you know? Like you've lost a few pounds or you're feeling better. You have more energy, and I do try to go ahead and get them, with their 2 people. But that's been a little bit of I've had more of a challenge there. So I'm working on that. So that's something I'm working on, and I'm proud to say that, because guess what? We don't have to be perfect in 3. That's another thing I love about 3. I don't have to be perfect because I am a hot mess, y'all. I mean, I was a single mom for 13 years, raising 6 kids by myself, flying by the seat of my pants, living in survival mode for so much of my life. And now I have peace. And I just want to spread that to other people because it is so valuable and money can't buy it. And I love that about 3. So sorry about the emotional part, but that's just who I am. So practical, just okay. So tomorrow I have an appointment with a girl I met on social media because we had a like-minded, we commented on something relating to parenting and we had a like-minded idea, and she's local, and she said, "Hey, does this sound weird? Could we get together for coffee? And by the way, what are these products you've been promoting?" So she had gone and looked at my page, my Facebook page, to check me out before she was like, "Hey, let's have coffee." So we're gonna get together tomorrow. She's gonna bring her kids. We're gonna go to Chick-fil-A. We're gonna talk, and then after that, I'm meeting with someone in my on my team, and we're gonna co-work. I said, "Listen, bring your names and numbers because we're gonna make some calls." So we're gonna meet at a coffee shop, and we're gonna make calls for like an hour together. So I think that is important, maybe for like your slower starters that maybe they're like, I don't know, like, who to share with. And don't be afraid to like take their phone and say, who's this? Like, look through their contacts and be like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? It's okay to do that, because, at this point, they trust you. If they're willing to meet with you and they've connected with you in the business, they trust you. And that's another thing I love. My clients trust me, my team trusts me, and that's another thing that is so priceless. So co-working and just getting out there and talking to people. And then I am planning some in-person events here locally. I have vendor events coming up and shows. Spring is the time, y'all. Everybody, like, I've been snowed in for a couple weeks now. I did get out yesterday and I got stuck in my driveway. So, I was a little frustrated. I'm like, okay, I've got cabin fever. I got to get out. But tomorrow and Friday, I have plans. I am going to be out and about. I have my networking meeting on Friday, and we're going to get more people on these products in that awesome networking event or networking meeting that we're doing, which is part of the chamber, the local chamber. So the vendor events, so I've been doing vendor events for 19 years, and they're so fun and they're so easy. But it does take a lot of energy you're pouring out and all of that. I could talk more about that later. And then my goal, okay, so my goals is 2 new a day. Am I hitting it every day? No, mostly not. Okay. But 2 a day. And there was one night I could not go to sleep, and I was sitting up and I had made a post, and this was just an answer to prayer too, because there was my cousin, he kept playing it over in my mind. I don't have his phone number. We're friends on Facebook. He lives 2 hours from me. And, we didn't grow up being super close to where it'd be something like, hey, we're going to talk about our weight together. No, that's not something, that we did growing up or whatever. But I remembered him at a family reunion, and I just thought, you know what? He looks like he was in a lot of pain, and he has some weight to lose. And I was like, you know what? I was just like, God, somehow I need to connect to him. I don't have his phone number. I don't want to just message him, and I don't know. I was holding back, maybe fear. I don't know. But it was so cool because it was like, well, actually it was like 11 at night, and I had posted something, and he goes, "What's the deal?" And so I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to message you. And I sent him the video, the 16-minute Dr. Dan on the on the products, the GLP-3. And I said, after you've watched it, call me. And he did. And I mean, at 11:30 that night, I had my second person, and it was my cousin, because I thought, you know what? What if somebody else gets him and I am not the one that shared with him? I'm gonna be like, oh no, we got to keep this in the family. So anyway, I'm just gonna kind of wrap this up really quick. Now, what drives me? I just want to share with you what drives me. Freedom. Freedom to be healthier, freedom to be stronger, get stronger. When you get to the point where you can hardly even walk, and I'm not a spring chicken, but you know what? I'm not old either. I will be 60 next month, y'all. I can't even believe it that I've made it this far. But I'll be 60 next month, and my next 20 years are going to be my best 20 years in my health, in my finances, in my relationships, and I am not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. But what drives me? Freedom, freedom to be healthier, stronger, to grow wealth and help other people do the same. Freedom to have more time with my husband so that we can travel and so that we can have fun together and that he can retire. Like, he likes his job, but he works 6 days a week. It leaves very little time for us to do the things that we want to do. And my husband, Mike, has been amazing. We've only been married 5 years, and he is my heart and soul. He is so supportive. He loves me unconditionally, even when I was struggling before in my former platform and I didn't know what to do. He said, just go ahead, go to seminar, check it out, see how you feel after. And I was like, I don't even want to go, but he pushed me to go just so I could have the closure that I needed. That's how much he cares about me. So I love him with all of my heart, and I wish he could be on here today to be a part of this. But I love that we can have fun and we can without pressure, and we can do it messy. I have a lot of cleaning up to do. I have a lot of let's go back and get this person there too and this person there too. I have a whole list of that. Going back and checking with people that have kind of faded in the background a little bit. Like, hey, where are you? Wake up. Spring is coming. Spring is coming and it's almost here, and we want to be ready. We want to be healthy and strong. We want to be able to get out, play with our kids, our grandkids, have time with our family, take care of aging parents, whatever it is that is your thing that you do. You want to be able to do it to the fullest and give it your all without worrying about how horrible you're going to feel the next day. And you want to get out there and just share it with everybody. Everybody, if they look at me and they smile, we're going to have a conversation of some sort. We might not get all the way to 3, but you know what? We probably will, because I'm really good at talking to strangers. I don't think my parents told me don't talk to strangers. If they did, I was a very disobedient child. But I do talk to strangers, and I love reaching out to others and helping them do what I believe in, and just to give people hope and belief that there is something more, that it doesn't have to be the 9 to 5. It doesn't have to be the drudgery. It doesn't have to be counting down to retirement. And then what? What are you going to do then? You're not going to have the money you need if you haven't made a plan B, if you don't have something like 3 or 3 itself. What are you going to have? You're going to be broke, and then you got to go get a job at Walmart as a greeter or something. I mean, who wants to do that? I don't. I want more for my life. I want that freedom, and I want to share it with others. So thank you all so much for being attentive. And if I've rambled, oh well, that's kind of my way. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you so much for taking the time to be on today. Thank you.
Robin, that's amazing. What an amazing story. And I am going to open it up for questions. So if you have a question, but one thing I wanted to notate, you connect so well with people. And let me take off this pin if I can figure out how to do that. Yes, it was a great job. Remove pin. There we go. So I just, I'm so proud of everything you do. And like I said, 3-Star Pro is right around the corner for you. You are so close. It is there and we see it. We know you can do it. Some things that she said that I was like, oh, I'm going to write that down. She always has a notebook taking notes of names, right? Like, I know you can do it in your phone. You can have a notebook, but I caught that. And then Smart Ship. Smart ship. Again, one thing Adrian and George say is, that's the glue that holds your business together. I love that perfection. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be actionable. That's the key that I see these 3 stars when they're rolling up. They're really becoming 3 stars because of action. It's not just talking about it, it's doing. And the other thing I know about Robin is she plugged in. So she was consistently plugged in, consistently. And so I just really, all of those things I think are your like superpowers, Robin. And you just are a phenomenal connector to people. I know that. Like I hear you talk about when you're out and about with people. So connecting to people and just really painting a vision for them. So, and then the other thing I caught that you said was former platform. So no, people are looking, even if they may be in a current platform, they could be
Yeah.
looking for something else. So,
Mhm.
maybe don't disqualify them because, oh, she does that. So, there's no way she'd look at this. Sometimes I just ask their opinion. So all of that. And one thing I wanted to point out, Robin, if you remember when you were going 3 star, she literally was stuck in her bed. She
Yeah.
was literally stuck sick in her bed. And that's what stopped her long enough to focus
Yes.
and get 3 star done. She was sick and all she could do was work from her bed. So
Yeah.
isn't that interesting? Like God kind of like said, okay, here you are. You're going to sit here. We're going to get this done. And then there was not all the other noise around her. She could focus in and get what she needed to do done. And they did it. So congratulations, Robin. Thank you for all that. Does anybody have any questions for Robin on how to get to 3 star or what she did or? Okay. I know we had some comments in the,
I'll
oh,
go.
okay.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I just want to thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing with us. That's such an awesome and inspirational talk. And yeah, thanks.
Great,
You're
Tony.
welcome, Tony. I did want to share one thing I brought here with me. So one day we were out and I'd been talking to this girl, but she was at work and she wanted to enroll. And I'm like, usually I carry enrollment sheets with me, but I'm like, I'm going to be out for like an hour. So we went out to play in the snow a little bit with the Forerunner, but I'm like, she called me. She's like, I'm ready to do this now. I'm on a break. And I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have any forms. But you know what? Napkins work. They work. I literally enrolled her on a napkin that was in my husband's glove box. So I'm like, okay, we're okay. We'll get this right now. I got you, girl. We're getting you in.
Nothing's stopping you, that's for sure. So, way to go. So proud of you completing 3 star. And I know we are focused on pro for you. So, you are going to hit that pro, no doubt. Couple other housekeeping things, just so you guys know. Power Hour meeting tonight for 3 stars and above. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. If you don't have the link, let us know. We'll get you the link if you're a 3 star. And for all of you that are not in that 3 star club yet, that is a great training event that we hold just to help you move on to pro. So just know that that is available for you when you hit that rank. And it's so much fun. We have a blast there. We just have such a great time. I'm admitting people as I'm talking. Sorry, guys. And then the other thing tonight and I tried to put it over in the right-hand corner, but it wouldn't go. At 8 o'clock Eastern, you can join live and bring your guests if you like. Tonight's my night to present. So I'll be presenting the presentation, I guess you'll call it, and at 8 Eastern. So 7 Central, 8 Eastern. So the link for the 3 star sky, we will get you. So if you're a 3 star, then you can join that. And that's a secret link, right? So because only 3 stars are allowed into that call. So just we'll be sure to get it to you. Contact your upline and they'll get it to you. And that is really it. Any last questions? We are on time today, guys. Okay, is it Central Time? So it's if you're talking about the 3-star Kenyan, it's going to be 7 Eastern, 6 Central. If you're talking about the presentation, it is going to be 8 Eastern, 7 Central. That helps you. Okay, well, enjoy your day. Go make it a great day. Connect, connect, and connect. We all know how to do that. Thank you so much, Robin, for all your
No,
inspiration to everybody. We
I was
appreciate
going
you.
to tell them about tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great day, you guys.
Thanks.